Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing what the title suggests. I'm doing my April budget. Now I have been inspired by Romina and Viv, who are linked down below, but I'm sure you guys know their channels. I'm a big fan and they do like a whole Erin Condren deluxe monthly sets with stickers and things, but I'm not doing the same kind of budget. Now, I actually have been doing this since January, but on a screen, on a spreadsheet in Excel, because I was still trying to figure out how I wanted to do this. And then I realized I have an Erin Condren life planner that I'm not using this year because I bought it before I bought the Aura still. And I was thinking about these two notes pages, and then of course the monthly. Now, but yeah, what I wanted to budget is because I have a more variable income. I don't have like a set income. I have my customs, which are kind of set, kind of not, depending on conversion rates, which we'll get to in a second. So I have my customs that I do every month. I have my Etsy shop opening up this week for you guys. Sorry, like yesterday, hopefully Thursday, my new set came up, but that went up on my Shopify side. So I have Shopify to track too now. And then I sometimes get some YouTube, probably about every 3 months I get a YouTube payment. Just to be transparent, they don't pay you until you make $100 from AdSense. So I make about $100 from this channel every 3 months or more, depending on how my video uploads are going. So I need to keep track of all of that income, plus the fact that I have both an Australian bank account and a European Finnish Euro bank account. So I'm also working with two currencies, although I'll be filing taxes this year. The Finnish tax year, I believe is February to January. So I'll be filing taxes this year in Finland, so I need euro conversions of everything, despite all my Etsy going to my Australian bank account, which you cannot change on Etsy, which is why I did open up my Shopify, because I can send that to my euro bank account. It's a big mess, you guys. Etsy doesn't want to make life easy, honestly. I'm trying to get away from them, because otherwise I'd have to open a whole new account and store to switch to euros on Etsy. So I have a lot to track, because I have payments through my Australian account, minimal payments through my euro bank account. I only just started using it, so I want to eventually get my Australian stuff onto my European, but it's going to take a while. And this is what part of this budgeting is for. My other main goal, other than keeping track of all of that and my spending, is to do a savings challenge. So my saving goal for this year is 6,000 euros. That's roughly 10,000 Australian right now. That's my goal for this year, to save 6,000, just to have it in a savings account just for emergencies and whatnot. So that's my goal. I should say I don't have any like current physical debt. I do have, we call it HEX debt in Australia for my undergraduate degree, but it's like it is a loan, a school loan, student loan, but it's through the government, and the government takes the money out through taxes only after you hit a certain pay bracket. And I do not make that much money a year to start paying off my HEX. I don't know when I will. We will see if I can get a new, like an adult job or something. But right now I don't make enough money to pay off my student loan. So I just let it sit there, because they don't actually have any perks for paying it off. I know people who try to. There used to be perks, like if you paid certain amount of money into it, they get sort of return on that, like forgive parts of the loan, but I don't think they do that anymore. And it's just not a priority right now to pay off my undergraduate degree. I am doing a PhD if you're subscribed to me, but that is entirely paid for by the government. I don't pay any tuition on that, luckily. This is like the niceness of the Australian system. Not as nice as like the Finnish where it's, you know, all free, but still nice enough. I don't really have to worry about that debt right now. So let's get into it. So yeah, my goal is to mainly use these 2 pages for keeping track of my payments. This will be like my payments. My spending categories will be here. I do not use cash envelope. This is Finland and Australia are not really cash places anymore. I just don't want to deal with cash, honestly. Most things I buy are online these days. I do work from home, so and then I'm going to keep track of my custom income and my Etsy and Shopify income here. I'll show you my idea. I kind of figured out March, even though it is a spreadsheet. Come on, little. There we go. This is what I kind of figured out without leaving in. I took out like what I actually earn. So I won't be including that in my monthly breakdowns, but this is what I am going to be setting up with. Obviously not with the numbers, those are my current March numbers. But what we'll do is that when we set up May, we'll finish up April with you guys, just to show you how I'm doing. I clearly have not stuck with a lot of my food stuff, like my spending budgets here. I do have an estimated budget and then an actual. Food went way over, as did entertainment and shopping. But I was in Australia for most of this month, and entertainment included buying a Switch. And food was a lot of, I ate every meal out in Australia because I lived in a hotel. So my budget is pretty much going to stay the same, but it's obviously not going to be as crazy, I don't think, coming forward being home. But as you can see here, I've got my Etsy and Shopify. I'm opening up in this last week, so I'm just leaving that here. I do already have all of my Etsy numbers, so I know how much I made. Now I do have estimates, and I am keeping my estimates out of here, but I do budget based on an estimated minimum amount that I make from Etsy now. I just 50-50'd it with Shopify for now. I need to see how much the Shopify will be making, and I might adjust those in the future, but basically everything that I pay for can be paid for on the minimum amount for my Etsy shop and customs. And obviously most of the time my Etsy shop makes much more than my estimate per week. I am very, very conservative about my estimate, so it's a lot more, which is nice. I like to have that cushion. That's just how I like to budget. I don't want to budget up to the dollar amount. And because my paychecks are kind of weird and over the place, that's why I'm just budgeting a whole month. So that's where I'll put my customs here, and because I get paid in US dollars, and then I have to send it to my European bank account, so it gets converted. So most of the time, because they're across the month, conversion rates change, so I make a different amount for each custom in the end. So I do have a minimum estimate for that, but then it will be a different total depending on conversion rate. So I like to keep track of that here. This might have to change because I might start doing 4 customs when I finish my PhD, but we'll see. For right now, it fits. Then it goes out of my spending, and I'm using a multiple color pen. This is from, oh, do they have the name on here? Yes, Uli. Try and show that. I got this at PlannerCon, and it's just an easy way to separate my spending, and then I'll do the same when I put what I buy each day into here. But using the colorful pen, it just saves on having to do stickers. And then this side is my fixed payments. So I got the estimated actual of my Australian card and what comes off of my European card. And then just down here I put in my PayPal fees and Shopify fees, and my Etsy fees in the Australian one. And everything will be converted in here as well. So this section here is everything converted into euros. I don't know if this video is going to be very interesting for you guys, but this is how I'm setting it up. I'll do future months if you guys are interested, but yeah, it's very personalized, but I want to show you guys how you can personalize your own budget. Yeah, I turn everything that happened actual into euros, and then my incomes, and I'll do income total, payment total, spending total, and savings total. So I'll look through what I have left in the month and what I can put into savings. So then what I have here just tucked away is my savings goal, 6,000. My estimated saving amount, so I'd like to save 200. That's my estimate of what's left over from my minimum budget. And then what I had already, I think. I don't know how I was doing that because that's already, like, we'll say that's how much I put in March. That's just my current amount in euros. And then I'll put here total, overall total. So that'll be start of the month, sorry. And then I'll do what I actually saved here and then put the overall total there. I hope that makes sense. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up for April and get started on that. It is the 31st right now, so perfect time. This is mostly finished. So technically I've got 1657 towards my 6,000 goal right now in euros. And I really need to rein in food and entertainment, which should be. So I did take a picture of those because I don't want to be flipping back and forth on my phone. Excuse me. So let's get started on this side. The first thing I'm going to do obviously is white out monthly goals and birthdays. And we're going to put in the Etsy and Shopify and customs. So I'm going to do this here since I have the page. So I'm just going to do a rough line through the middle, like so. And then this will be Etsy. This will be Shopify. I got here like a little cheat sheet for me, so I know how I'm setting this up. So the paydays, I included 31st in March because it has the last days of March. Don't ask me why, but because I got paid by the 31st. So I wanted to include it then. So we got the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th are our paydays. Now Shopify is different, it goes through PayPal, but I'm considering just leaving everything in the PayPal and then taking it out on the 6th, or just before the 6th, so I know the amount on that day that I'm getting paid, just because I prefer to be paid that way. And that'll be going to my Euro account, that'll be going to my Australian account. So those are days, so then I'll put my estimates here, just to remind me. And then down here we'll have the total in dollars and the total in euros at the end of the month. Then up here we're doing customs. And I am doing 3 this month. So when I do this, when we come back in May, if I do another video, I'm just going to put these post-it notes over both of these. I might need a second one for that. But yeah, we'll put post-it notes just to hide those because I'll probably write what the custom was and how much it ended up having. So then we're going to do the estimate. And that'll be in euros. And then we'll have the total euros here from customs. Okay, and now we're going to have our little spending section here. I want to split it up. So first, we're going to be like what the spending was, and we're going to go here. And then we don't need too much room for that. So spending, we have estimated, and then we have actual. So the first color we're gonna have here, I'm just gonna do it how I did last time, going from one side to the other. We got red, and that is my SPC budget, and yes, I have an SPC budget. This month I'm going to do it 200. It lets me have a few kits and some wiggles and foil. BS. Because that is my main sticker shopping every week. I pretty much always shop every week, so I like to have a separate budget for SPC. Then in pink we're going to do food. And so these are going to be in Australian dollars. Even if I do buy from my European account, so when I put in here on the day that I spend it, I will put it in euros, and I'll just convert it and put it in yeah, that one's actually hard. So yeah, I will convert it as I go and put it as Australian dollars in here, and then convert to euros at the end. This is where I find it a bit confusing, so we'll figure that out as we go along, but because I will be using both accounts depending on how much money I have for both spending. So I think it'd be safe to say to set it as Australian, and then we'll turn it to euros at the very end. Just to keep an eye on the budget amount, but we'll keep it as euros in here. We'll see how we go. You might want to check, we might want to do May just to see how I figured that out. And then I took entertainment out because I don't really need it. This month, the entertainment was more like if I wanted to do things while I was in Australia. So the next one is going to be shopping, which includes everything that's not SBC, so $2 Tuesdays and things. And that'll be 200 as well. So I'm not doing as much spending as I did last time, because I took out entertainment. And last month I did have it unbudgeted. That's because I wasn't paying for rent, so the rent money went into unbudgeted, which I just spent on whatever. That went to like passport costs, it went to travel costs, things like that. So I didn't have much spending on here for now, but that's my main stuff while I'm at home. And then we'll put a total bar at the end here. I know that's Australian, so the estimated total obviously is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always have to double check. I am not a maths person. Just letting you know. Okay, and we'll set up the euros section. Sorry, my alarm just went off. Boopity boop. Okay, so we're gonna make sure we know that this is the euros section, and it's also the completion section. So we're gonna do what the euros for each of these are. So we've got SPC. We have food, and we have shopping. Which I know, because we'll have a total there, but you know, I want to make sure I get each of them in there. Plus I get to use my colourful pen more. Alright. And then we'll put here the fixed payments that are going to be on the other side. Everything put together as euros. So let me actually... I'm going to actually do it this way. Put this 2 here, because I'm going to do a different style. Alright, we'll do it that way. We'll see how this goes. We're going to put our savings goal here, because that's the ultimate. Savings goal, 6K. So we're going to do start And we're starting with, what was it, 1657. Then we added, probably no point putting the estimate there, we'll just have whatever we can add. And then I'm gonna say like then total. So then we'll add it to, yeah, we'll add it there and then we'll put them together and we'll have the total here towards 6K. Alrighty, that's a much nicer savings goal than last month. So now here we're gonna have the everything put together. So our income. So what customs are gonna be, total, we're gonna just bring it down here. Etsy will need to be converted. Shopify will be there in euros, but you know. And then we'll add YouTube as it may come up and we'll put it in converted. So that'll be, then we'll put it all in here. So income in euros, because this is how we're going to, you know, put in how much I actually earned for the year in taxes. Then we'll put payment, which is the fixed payments on the other side. Then we're going to put our spending total. And then we're going to put how much we ended up saving all together in savings, just to have them as a nice row of numbers here. Alright, then we have room to say if there's a positive or minus. So that's the first page done, all set up for April. So let's do the second half now, which is a lot more blank. Okay, so this is fixed payments. So we're going to put a row here about, and fixed payments are basically, yeah, what I can actually estimate will cost something. And yes, I'm making this very big for no reason, but you know, that's how we do. And then we're going to put this just, we have more on the Australian side than the euros, so let's do fixed payments. Alright, so this is going to be estimated, this is going to be actual, and then we're going to put, oh, and then this would be, I wonder if I want to just split this up just so it looks a bit more cohesive. So this would be my Australian money and this would be my euro payments. Okay. So I do share bills and things with my partner. So I do like half of our things, and I did this other half. So my first one I always put is my SPC monthly, because that does come out every month. And the current estimate is, I think I need to go over, last month it was $50.88 with conversion. Australian dollar has fallen, so I'm going to say this month I'm going to give myself $55 for that one. I know it's a bit expensive, but it's my only subscription now. Then I pay for Spotify. That is $11.99. Then I have Epidemic, which is my music for YouTube. And that is, so it went up to $25.85 instead of $25. So I might budget $26 for it this time. Then, because some of these payments, like SBC and Epidemic, they go through my PayPal and they get converted to Australian, or my card. They're actually in American dollars, so Those ones I will probably be moving over to my European card in a couple of months once I have a stable income from Shopify on them. And all my customs, because I'm still doing customs sort of some Euro, some Australian. But I'm going to be moving those across, which we might be tracking if I keep doing these videos. Prime is $6.99. And yes, that is just the Australian Amazon Prime, which is basically just the video service, so it's a lot cheaper. Then I have Adobe, which I recently went down to the smallest plan I could because it got insanely expensive. So I'm only doing like Photoshop now. So that's $14.29. Netflix, that is $13.99. I can't even read my own writing from this photograph. And then I am supporting one Patreon right now, which I did move down to the lowest. And it was $10 conversion last time, but I'm going to keep it at 11. Just so I know to have that. So down here, I'm just going to put, it's not a fixed payment or anything, but I want to put it in here as extra. So Etsy fees. It is a constant payment, and I've been told I should claim them on tax, so I'm going to keep track of them. And I don't have an estimate for that. So my estimate total cost is, I'm actually going to have to, let's do the calculation in a minute. Let's just continue this so I don't have to get rid of my picture. Hopefully I can learn what I'm doing here. So on my Euro one, I have my SIM card. I just have a prepaid card and I put money into it. So I'm giving myself $60 just to see. I pay per day, so I don't know if I'll spend $60 or not. We'll see. Then my other main one is rent plus E plus net. So my electricity and my internet is wrapped up in my rent cost. And those are the only home costs we actually have. I think, I can't remember if water's in there too. But we don't pay like a separate water either. But right now, for those three costs put together, I'm paying 500 euros as my half of it for each month. And then I do have a bank fee per month from my bank Nordea, which is currently €4 a month. I don't have one on my Australian card because I got a new type of card and they forgave the monthly cost up until March next year. So that's all good. So those are my European costs. We are going to gradually get this stuff into here and like wean off Etsy. Let's see how we go. I want to live in Finland a bit longer, or in Europe. So, and then here, because it'll be PayPal fees from Shopify. I should say Shopify. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Shopify's monthly cost. I'm gonna go check that in a second as well. Wow, I completely forgot until right now. But let's do PayPal fees because I'm going to be paid through PayPal. And that'll be for customs and Shopify. And so then we'll have an estimate here of our monthly cost and then our total. Alright, let me come back with my Shopify amount and my calculator so we can do the estimate. Alright, I am back. So Shopify is almost, Euro and US dollars pretty close together, which is why I want to get my US payments down to here. But it was about 29 something, so I'm going to put 30 euros as my Shopify there. So let's get the estimate of how much my fixed payments will be from here. Alright. So 55 plus 11.99 plus 20 here. Sure. I actually want to buy my own calculator because it's just more tactile. Tactile? Yeah. I just prefer that. Rather than this because I feel like I mess up a ton. So Australian estimate is 139.26. And then this one's actually pretty easy, but I'm going to do it anyway. 500 plus 60 plus 30 plus 4 equals 594. Now I do want an estimate of what the euro will be here, just because it's good to know. And if you want to know about, yeah, I'm looking at blaxploitation. If you want to know how to convert stuff just randomly, xe.com is the place to go. It has pretty up-to-date conversions. Obviously, a lot of banks and stuff skim off the top, so it's not going to be perfect, but this is the raw stock market conversion. So let's see how much that would be in euros. So we'll see that's about 77. Let's round up 45. That'll be the estimate for that fixed payment. Alright. Because I had Shopify, that's changed a bit down there. Yeah, so I think that's actually done now. Now, because it's March 31st, I don't have any payments yet. Let's just set up here for now, and then as I do payments, obviously I'm going to write them in here. It's not great on the coil, but you know, I live. But I should have SBC and Patreon go out on the 1st, so that'll be good. I'm just going to put those here and we'll see them. You'll see them at the end of the month when we go through all of this. I do at least want to do one more video of this just so you can see this like completed and thought out rather than my March one, which was just messing around to see how I might do it. And some of my horrible spending while in Australia. But that is how I'm keeping an eye on my budget this month. Let me know how you guys are doing it. Are you doing the, I should put, I don't have an estimate here. Boop, boop. Obviously we all got different ways. Are you doing the sticker, cash, debt snowball, things like that? Or, I don't know, just flying on the seat of your pants like I am. But this is how I want to do it and how I'll utilize this planner going forward. Of course, I still have the weekly spreads in here, but I might do some extra planning, I don't know. But for now, at least most of it, this planner will actually be used now. But yes, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!